theorysabers.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the newly leaked or shown. I don't know if Disney's going to take this video down or not, as they've been doing that for a lot of the reactions to Star Wars Celebration images and such, but we'll see what happens. So Baylan Skoll, who was played and portrayed by the brilliant actor Rey Stevenson, who sadly passed away last year, is going to be replaced by Rory McCann, who apparently knew him in person. So what my thoughts on it, everyone's chiming in, my thoughts on it, they're going to replace the character, right? The character in Ahsoka, Baylan Skoll, was my favorite character. He was what kept me around the entire show, to be honest. I thought he was the most compelling. I thought his character was compelling. I thought his character arc was mysterious. We didn't know where he was going to go. What's his motive? He's not evil, but he's not aligned with the light. What's his path? Where is he going to go? Is he going to switch up? Is he going to continue down this path and go more dark? What's his story? And what does he know of Order 66? What happened? How did he get out of it? How did he survive this entire time? Where did him and Shin go? I was really hoping that we would see his story in Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Empire or whatever they were going to do that they did with Barriss Offee and I already forgot what the other character was. Seeing as how they've uploaded this photo of Rory McCann as Baylan Skoll, there's two things that they can do. They can either gloss over the fact that he's been replaced with a new actor, and we all just know it, and we just move on, which I think is the best option. Or they actually try to intertwine it into canon where he gets possessed. He goes to, he's on Peridea, he goes to the mountain that's glistening in the darkness, in the distance, and just like Anakin did, where he went there and saw that it was the father who he spoke to, Baylan Skoll can do the same thing, and it could be the mother, Abeloth, it could be the father, geez, who knows, it could be the son, and he gets possessed. And his face changes into this. So they could do the whole first part there, CG, deep fake, Rey Stevenson. Maybe they already filmed a whole bunch of scenes. I wouldn't be surprised if they already did, but then it would change into Rory McCann. Now, if they're going to go with this, then I really think that they need to keep it very congruent with what Baylan Skoll is in the first place, with, that silvery beard. His beard needs to be more white, and his hair needs to be more white. Now, I can't really see his hair, but from right there, it looks like it could be. But we'll see when it actually comes out. The Ahsoka show, look, I was really psyched for the show. Episode 4 and 5, really liked, because of Anakin coming back. But after episode, I would say 6... episode 6 was probably the most interesting and compelling, and that's simply because of Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati. That moment where they were looking off into Peridea, and they were talking about the times of old, Order 66, about the Jedi, about the Temple, the time of the Republic. That was, to me, I could get a whole show and series about that, about them and their journeys through Order 66, as the Republic became the Empire and as Vader took over. And how did they survive, and all of the different things that they went through when they were going into hiding. I think that's such an interesting story. It's very compelling. It's very fun. It's very interesting and mysterious. And obviously, where does his character go? I found Baylan to be the most interesting character in the show in its entirety, which is unfortunate to say because Ahsoka should be the centerfold. For me, it wasn't. She wasn't. I'm not a big fan of Sabine. I felt like the interjection of Sabine and then her being a Force user and all that, too much for me. I didn't like it. Mace Windu had a purple lightsaber, and that's indicative of his slight darkness that he calls upon. Still remains in the light, but blue and red makes purple. With Rory McCann, with Rey Stevenson, with Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, orange is red and yellow, right? A yellow lightsaber is all of the temple guards. You're very intellectual. You're very smart. And that's kind of what a yellow lightsaber means. Green means you're powerful with the Force. Blue, you're a consular, so you're like a protector. You're kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none almost. Red, obviously evil. Purple, you dabble in between the two, but you still remain somewhat in the light. And then, of course, orange being you dabble on both ends, but you're kind of more dark. And that's where we see Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati. Now, personally, I was hoping that the animated show Tales of the Empire would focus on these characters, where it was Barriss Offee and, I already forgot the other character. That's how it just went through my mind like nothing. Tales of the Jedi was amazing, and I would have loved to seen these guys in a backstory that would give us more of what they went through and how they survived. I think that in and of itself, as a show, would probably do really, really well. kind of what the Acolyte, I feel like, should have been. Would have been a dark side user and his apprentice kind of moving in the shadows. I mean, these two during Order 66 trying to refrain from using the Force and stay in hiding. So cool. So interesting. So fun. But I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get that. So I see a lot of mixed comments. A lot of people say it looks good. A lot of people like the fact that it is Rory McCann. I think that if they're going to replace him with any sort of actor, Rory McCann did a fantastic job as the Hound in Game of Thrones. And he has a very imposing on-screen presence. Very tall, big guy. And I think that, to match Rey Stevenson, he's the perfect candidate. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think. Ahsoka Season 2 also has Anakin confirmed. Now, I can make a video on Anakin and why they would even announce that, ahead of time. Just to touch on it really lightly, I think that they're going to definitely incorporate, for sure, a lot of flashback scenes, but most likely a lot of Anakin in the Force as a Force ghost speaking with Ahsoka and guiding her. And I think that's probably going to be something that we're going to be moving into the realm of, just like we did in the sequel trilogy where Luke was essentially alive. I mean, he was, grabbing the saber. He was doing things. He was like, there was like no difference between life and death for him. We'll see what happens. So let me know what you think about this casting choice. For me, I'm on board. I support it. I think it's a great casting choice. It's a good decision. And we'll see how the portrayal and the actual on-screen presence will be. And the chemistry with all the other actors. But yeah, I wish him the best. And I hope that everyone loves it. Hope we love it. Have a great day. May the Force be with you. See you later.